So the bottom loop.
Your ride.
Yeah.
Your ride.
2025 is shaping up to be an incredible year. We're a month away probably from getting new salmon forecasts for the Puget Sound and the coast. What if we lost all of this? What if we lost these opportunities? What if we started losing opportunities in 2026 and 2027 and 2028? What am I talking about? You know, if you're on my channel, I don't sound like this. I don't raise the alarm on stuff like this. I don't talk in hyperbole usually. I joke around, but I'm not, you've never heard this. You've never heard this from me. Maybe I'll lose some subscribers over this. I don't know. This is not a drill. This is not hyperbole. You might not know this, but Washington State has become the battleground for a different conservation and wildlife management approach. There are groups that want to move us away from a consumptive-based approach to conservation and wildlife management. What is a consumptive-based approach? What am I talking about? What I'm saying is, you as the angler, the hunter, your license fees, your guns and ammo purchase, all this money we spend on enjoying the outdoors, right? Participating and hunting and fishing and consuming the resource, right? Bringing home that fresh catch of salmon to eat, that deer, whatever, right? Like that's that consumptive model, that it depends on us going out and being part of the ecosystem, predator management, right? All of these different things. There's a proposed move away from that, and I shouldn't say proposed because it's really a lot more forceful than that. The groups that are behind it are actively trying to move the needle and move the process so that wildlife conservation management moves away from requiring consumptive use. And there is right now in the Washington legislative session an initiative going forward to evaluate what to do with the WDFW commission. Why does that matter? What does that have to do with all this? Well, the commission is a 9-member panel that basically sets the policy and oversees the work of the Department of Fish and Wildlife, right? Have you ever realized something like far too late in the process where you realize, man, if I had just been aware a few years ago, I could have done something about it. I could have made a difference. Maybe I wouldn't have changed the outcome, but I would have wanted to try. That moment is right now. We could put our head in the sand and wake up a few years from now and go, wow, why don't we have this opportunity? Why didn't this river open? Why aren't we fishing in Puget Sound? Or we could get on the horn right now and have a say and have an influence in the process. And I promise you, the thing you can do, the thing you need to do, will take a minute or less of your time. So just stick with me as I go through and explain what's going on. It's going to just take a couple minutes, and then what you have to do, what you need to do, what we're asking you to do is very simple and won't take much of your time at all. Look, and most of the angling community is in the dark on this. It's been an issue that the hunting community, the predator management community has been primarily dealing with, because that's who's been in the crosshairs of these groups, right? But that's only the beginning. And I'm not just using a slippery slope fallacy here. The stated intention of these groups is to move away from the consumptive conservation model that has been wildly successful for the last century in North America, and move to something that has really not been tested at scale anywhere, and does not depend on you hunting or fishing or paying any money into the system for it to work. That's what's on the table. All right, so let's get into the meat of this. Very recently, an independent study was chartered to examine the way the commission worked and to come up with options of what to do about it going forward. This is the Ruckelshaus report that the legislative session is evaluating, and there's essentially 3 options that have come out of that. I'll call my option number 1 is reform the commission, improve it. Introduce accountability, make sure that the commission members in the appointment process follows the rule of law and includes the stakeholders, hunting, fishing community, the tribal co-managers, right? All of the constituency that care about Washington wildlife and conservation, right? That's not happening right now. That's option 1, reform the commission. Option 2, status quo. Let it be. It's working fine. Let it be what it is. No one wants this, I think, although even this is probably still better than option 3, which is abolish the commission and move the function to a single appointee in the cabinet of the governor. This is what those groups really want, because they believe they can influence that single appointee and get everything they want without much trouble that they have to go through now working with a 9-member panel. So they can get exactly what they want. They can make all the reforms and radically change WFW, your hunting and fishing rights, and the entire way that wildlife is managed, and test it out and prove it out. And then probably work on other states as well to follow that model. So this is huge. This is absolutely huge. You think you lost hunting and fishing opportunities in the last 5 years? You know, we stick our head in the sand, watching the next 5 years will be unprecedented, will absolutely blow us away. And, you know, I'm sick to my stomach thinking about what could possibly happen here. But we can actually do something about it now. We can contact our local representatives and we can let them know that we want the commission to be reformed. We want all the stakeholders and all the interested parties involved. We want to remove politics from the science of conservation and wildlife management. We want to continue with the model that has shown itself to be wildly successful for the last century in North America, and it's the most successful model in the world. And all you gotta do is click on the link in the description of the video. It will take you to Howl for Wildlife, which is an incredible group that helps put us, just the common hunter, angler, interested citizen out there, in contact with the correct representative, and helps you draft a message in a very short amount of time. Again, if it takes you longer than a minute, I'll be surprised, and send it off. And I've already done that. I already got a reply back from my representative thanking me for reaching out. Okay, it's so easy to do. It's vitally important, and most of the angling community does not know what's going on, and that's a big problem. We got to get the word out. So another thing you can do, in addition to following the link to Howl for Wildlife and filling it out so that your representative is contacted, like this video and drop a comment in saying, I followed it, I did it. Engage with the video in some way, because that will increase its reach so that more people will see this really important message. If there was any time for us to rally together and advocate for a lifestyle of consumptive use of resources, you know where I'm at in this with this whole PNW Best Life thing. Conservation is my #1 thing, and I believe in the stewardship model of conservation that includes consumptive use as part of that. And if there was ever a time to step up to the plate and take an action, it's now. It's really easy. It's really simple. Let's see if we can make a difference.